to the Griffins. One of the biggest wins of the Adam Hyatt era here tonight.
And Marcel Towns ends the game with 2 points. And just for that reason alone and the defense that was played, Quincy Bair, our player of the game, we'll hear from him as he not only played defense but ends with 14 points and had a couple of steals. So quite the win. This is an exciting game, some big shots, some plays being made. Obviously, this one had a lot of meaning, a lot of emotion to it, and the Griffins come out on top. A big win for their program.
58-54 Griffins with the victory, as Lance said. Quincy Bair, a huge effort defensively on Marcel Towns. Also the 14 points, 3 rebounds for him. Talon Robertson, 14 points, 11 rebounds, a double-double. Blake Skidmore 0 for 5 from 3 to start the night, but made a big one late. He finishes with 11, a big 3 by Colton Moon to put the Griffins in front 56-54, and then Skidmore the 2 free throws to seal the victory as the Griffins win this one by 4, 58-54. Westminster for the second half just 9 for 22. They finished 51% for the game. They go just 2 of 9 from three-point range, so the Griffins 0 for 9 from beyond the arc before those final 2 threes go down from Moon and from Skidmore. Great Falls shoots 37%. They go 10 for 23 from three-point range, so half of their field goal attempts from beyond the arc. And again, Marcel Towns, the top scorer in the Frontier Conference, averaging almost 22 points a game. He torched the Griffins for 25 points the first time around tonight. 0 for 4 from the field, just 2 free throws and 2 points for Marcel Towns and the Griffins. A big victory here at home, improving to 9-4 in the Frontier Conference, 16-10 overall, taking down Great Falls 58-54.
Well, that was a very fun game to watch. Emotions were running high, as we mentioned, and this Griffins team really stuck together and closed it out as a team. I mean, you had guys contributing in a bunch of different ways. Couldn't be happier for Adam Egan, who comes in, has 7 points, 7 assists, 2 steals, 1 emphatic block, no turnovers, and goes 2-5, 3 for 4 from the free throw line. I mean, that's a stat line. If you can get that out of him, that's an amazing stat line. Colton Moon obviously has 1 shot made the entire game, but it's the shot of the night that really sealed the momentum and the lead for the Griffins, and ultimately they were able to finish it out. So, tremendous game. It was really fun. I think Adam Hyatt is probably be the happiest he's been all year after this one.
Yep, a great game plan. His guys had tremendous execution. They just had to make some shots down the stretch, make some free throws, and they did. The 2 late threes. Moon never shy to take a deep 3, made a big one there, but you and I have talked, Lance, with this team, Robertson and Skidmore carrying the load so much this year. It's been other guys, when they step up, is when they win tonight. Great defense by Quincy Bair on Towns, 14 points, and you mentioned tonight by the backup point guard, Adam Egan, 19 minutes, 7 assists, 7 points, 3 of 4 free throws, no turnovers, a block, and a steal. You get that production from guys like Egan and Bair, that's when you're going to win some ball games.
Well, and when a team goes 7 of 12 for 3 and 10 of 23 for the entire game, you anticipate that they're going to have a chance to win, and they did. And that's really, Great Falls was in this game because of their three-point shooting the second half. TJ Harris has a great game, leading all scorers with 18. He goes 4 of 11 for 3, 4 for 4 free throw line, but he hit all 4 of those threes in a big way, or 3 of the 4, I should say, in that stretch in the second half. And so great job by him. He played every single minute in this game. He also had 7 assists. But what a game. I mean, I don't know if I've seen an individual defensive performance like that in a long time. Quincy Bair, I mean, there's no getting around it. He shut the most prolific scorer in the conference this year. He shut him down. I mean, there's no, I won't sugarcoat it. That was an incredible defensive feat.
All right, we'll step aside for a break and come back with the postgame show. We'll catch up with Adam Hyatt, a happy head coach of the Griffins, and Quincy Bair, our player of the game. Final score tonight from Bankin, Westminster 58, Great Falls 54. You watched it right here on Comcast 6 and Griffins TV. And welcome to the postgame show. Final score on this Thursday night from Bankin Fieldhouse in Salt Lake City. The Griffins Tate down, Great Falls 58-54. Mike Lagashow, Lance Barton with you. We'll catch up with our player of the game, Quincy Bair, in just a moment, as well as head coach Adam Hyatt. And Lance, a huge win tonight for the Griffins, one they had to get here at home to stay in this Frontier Conference race. With the victory, they separate themselves from Great Falls, now all alone in third place in the Frontier at 9-4. The lead teams, MSU Northern and Rocky Mountain, still a game up on the Griffins. Actually, Rocky was off tonight, so they're a half game up. Northern with the win tonight on the road at Western, 71-65. They are a full game up as we head toward Saturday, and MSU Northern coming in. We'll get our player of the game, Quincy Bair, to slide in right here to go back and look at this one. Again, the Griffins win this one here by 4, and what a great night, sir. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Just talk about your effort defensively when you got the game plan from Coach and knew you were going to be the guy in charge of shutting down the top scorer in the Frontier. What were your thoughts as you heard that?
Yeah, I give all the credit to my coaching staff. You know, they came up with the game plan, and me and my teammates just stuck with it, and it worked. So.
What a great effort. Have you sort of felt all along this is the type of night you can have where you can really be a shutdown defender, get out and score some points, be one of the top scorers? Did you feel like you had this in you?
Yeah, I mean, I just focus on playing hard every game and just bringing my best effort, and whatever happens, happens.
Well, great win. I'm guessing the locker room was pretty jubilant after this one.
Yeah, definitely. Yes, sir.
I've been around a lot of basketball. I've watched you play, obviously, being in the pump and run program, and I've seen you lock guys down. I've never seen this. I mean, this is one of the best defensive performances I've seen at any level in a long time. That's probably not – people probably won't talk about that, but we'll know. Just talk about your mentality. You've had some injuries. You've had the broken nose, which I kind of wanted you to do the interview in the mask. I thought it would be sweet. But you come in, and that's what you bring. I mean, you're one of the more athletic guys on the team, and finally we get to see your real talent. Talk about how it's been to be able to overcome some of those injuries in your slow start to the season.
Yeah, I just kept working hard and just focusing on the things I can do, and I've just brought it that way. So.
Did you know about the 4 or 5 minute mark going in the set you were kind of in Marcel Towns' head, because he was not loving you?
Yeah, I knew going in that he'd be a little frustrated, but I just tried to keep my head and just play through it.
Well, you stay right with it. Let's talk about your team. You guys were up by 11, everything going perfectly in that first half, and then they made the run. You knew they would. They had some guys that can knock down some shots. Harris got hot. Also, Sean Williams got hot. They started making some threes. What was the mentality of your team? They had the lead, and then watch it sort of trickle away from it. Were the guys maybe pressing a little bit? What was the mentality of this team at that point?
Yeah, we knew they had the ability to knock down some shots, but we just had to focus on just sticking to the game plan and just letting them have those and just rebounding. And we knew they'd make some, but we didn't have to panic, and we just got the W.
Well, a tremendous win. You keep yourselves right there, a game back of the lead pack. You're within a half game of Rocky, who was off tonight, but and you set up a big game coming up here on Saturday. Northern comes in for senior night, and they are in front of you right now. It's going to be a lot of fun to close out the home season here on Saturday.
Yes, it will.
Well, we'll let you go enjoy this one. Congratulations. A tremendous effort both ends of the floor, and a signature win for you and Coach Hyatt. Go enjoy it.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you. Quincy Bair on the postgame show. We'll get Coach Hyatt in here as well. Again, Quincy Bair, 14 points, 2 steals in 33 minutes. Talon Robertson, double-double, his 7th of the season, 14-11, 14 points, 11 rebounds. Adam Egan, huge off the bench, 7 assists, no turnovers, 7 points for him. A block shot, big late, 2 steals. Coach, congratulations.
Yeah, thanks. It's a great game. Feels good.
The game plan worked out pretty well.
Yeah, it worked out well. I mean, they're not, statistically, they're not a great three-point shooting team. We knew they'd make some. They had nothing else really to go to in the second half, and credit them. They made some shots, and they made some shots that we wanted them to take. We just kept sticking to it. We're like, okay, we're not going to panic. They're not going to make enough. I felt like Quincy was lights out tonight defensively with Marcel Towns. He's the best player in the league. We held him to 2 points. Nobody's been able to do that.
Yeah.
And so we're just really happy that Quincy was able to do that. And we felt like as a staff, if we could slow down Towns, and even if we lost the game, we'd go home and be like, hey, you know what? We stuck to our plan. It was a great plan, and we just weren't good enough in this area or that area. And we tried to give it away a little bit in the second half, missed free throws, some missed layups, some open threes. And, I don't know what it is. Sometimes against these guys, get a little tentative or whatever, but I just knew that we were going to find a way to win, and we figured out a way to hit a couple big shots late in the game, big shots.
That was impressive. You lost lead, but your guys just kind of hung with it. You got a moon three, you got a Skidmore three, a couple free throws, and all of a sudden you get the victory. Just talk about this team's resilience to kind of go through losing a double-digit lead here at home to kind of hang in there and get the victory.
Yeah, I think our guys just felt like, this is our game to win. That's what I kept saying. It's our game to win. That was kind of our mindset. Is like, if we lose the game, it's going to be because we give it to them, not because they beat us. Now, that's no disrespect to them because they're a terrific team. That was just our mindset, So we just felt like if we played a little better and if we could make a couple shots, then we'd have a chance. But I give Great Falls a lot of credit. They came out in the second half. They had some guys statistically that maybe don't make a lot of shots, and they made some shots, and they took the lead back, and they battled hard. And, that just shows the power of the Frontier Conference. I don't think people understand how good this league is from top to bottom. There's no easy out.
No.
Especially with them. They're capable of beating anybody on any night, and they darn near came and beat us here. But, big shot by Blake coming out of that timeout. We were down 3. We drew up that play in the timeout. We executed it well. It was only a matter of time. Everyone that he shot, he was right on, just a little off. But that was a huge timely 3, and then Colton's 3 was big time. That was big.
A little daylight between him and the three-point line, but that's his shot.
That's his shot.
Yeah.
He rhythmed into it. Mm-hmm. He had a lot of space. It was just kind of winning time, and that's in these tight conference games, you got to have a guy step up and make one here and there. And so I was really proud of him, and Quincy. Got a little demonstrative, he felt like it's kind of hard for me to defend that, even though I try to. That's stuff we kind of do in practice, messing around with the scout team, but he felt like he was kind of a recipient of some stuff throughout the game, and he just let his emotions get the better of him, and it was pretty costly at the time, but you know what? Talon's charge, like I told him right there at the end of the game, that made up for his goose egg at the free throw line because, oh my gosh, that was frustrating,
Well, I was just telling Quincy, I've seen him play in the pump run system and being around, and I knew he was athletic, but that's probably one of the best single defensive games I've ever seen out of a single player. You've been around a lot of basketball. I don't know if I've ever seen that happen before.
Yeah, he was lights out. I could tell you a funny story. So Quincy left Utah State last year at semester, and then he kind of committed to us, but we kind of kept it quiet until the end of the year. And, he came to all of our games, and he'd come to practices and watch, and just kind of be part of the team. And he was here last year when Great Falls came in and beat us, and Towns had 43 on us, and he just went off. And after the game, he called me that night and said, I want to guard that guy next year. Right? So that was kind of like
great story.
That was his mindset, And so he just felt like, hey, that's why I'm going to be a part of this team is because I want to be able to guard the super talented guys. And he just put a great effort there tonight, and, I was really proud of him.
Well, not only